What's up? It's Juice Beats, back again with another race video. And this one is the Music City Crit Series race, week 4. This is the Cat 3-4 race, and we're getting ready to get started here. But just wanted to give you a little backstory on this day. So the race ended up getting moved to a Thursday. So normally we race on Wednesdays, but it ended up getting moved to a Thursday. And so I'm out here on a Thursday, but the drive up to the race was ridiculous. So I left at the normal time that I normally leave, but probably between, I guess like an hour and a half to Nashville, there was a semi that was wrecked on the side of the road. And so the traffic was backed up like incredibly bad. So I lost about an hour driving to the race on this day. And so basically it made me late almost to the race. So I jumped out of the car. I had gotten ready in the car, like on the way. So I was like throwing on my gear, sitting in traffic, not moving. So I was throwing it on while I was on the way to the race. And then as soon as I got there, I was getting the bike ready and getting all my stuff ready. I was getting ready to try to do a warm up. So I arrived probably about 15 minutes before this race started. But as soon as I got on the track, the official here wanted to line everybody up and get ready to go because they were running a little bit behind, I guess, from the junior race. So I didn't get any warm up. I literally rode onto the track and got lined up, and then they wanted to go over some safety rules and stuff because there was a wreck the week before. So a lot of things happened. No warm up, getting ready to get into this race and get started here. And yeah, that was the beginning there. So here we go, getting ready to get started for the actual real race. Let me throw some stats out here before we get started on the real race here. So 40-minute race again, 25.3 miles per hour is my average, 268 watt average with a 334 watt normalized and a 1582 max power. And just throwing this one out there, my left and right balance power was 50-50, so I was pretty efficient on that as well in this race. So here we go, we're starting out pretty fast. Actually moving a little bit better in this one early. So I jumped out. So my thinking on this one, because we're going around the 180, was that I want to stay close to the front early on at least. Because this is the more technical crit, you definitely want to be ready for whatever moves come your way. And sometimes the moves kind of go early in this race. It really just depends, but I didn't want to, fall too far behind and have to try to catch up too much in this one. So I wanted to stay kind of up towards the front here and see what was going on. You can see there's a little bit of a gap here. It's not really anything, like half a second here going around here, and nothing's really getting away. So I'm just kind of chilling. Not really trying to drag the group here. Of course, I'm one of the bigger guys in the race, so definitely don't want to be doing that. Early on, I did the pro race again in this one, so I did 2 races. But yeah, early on, so in this race, I did take that turn wider, I think, than I normally would sometimes. So I didn't notice much going around that turn, but that turn kind of comes into play a little bit later on in the race. So here we go. We got some early attacks here, and this is what I was talking about. Trying to stay up towards the front and kind of monitoring that. Wanted to make sure that things aren't getting away from me early on like that. So this is what I'm doing here, trying to bridge up. probably shouldn't be the one doing this, but you know, I saw some guys going up here and trying to make a move early, so definitely don't want that to get away. And I think that's been the case for the last few weeks. Like I remember, you know, in the first races from earlier in the race series, that you know, things got away pretty early, and then you know, we were all playing for, you know, 5th, 6th or something like that. So definitely don't want to let things get away early and let guys, you know, who are pretty strong out here get away like that. So that was an early move. We're only on going into lap 2 here, so super early. Obviously threatening, but not, you know what I'm saying? Like it could be, if you let it get away, or if you don't, you know, close those down, they could get away for a while. But yeah, still very, very early in this race. And you can see I've got the timer out there this time, so I've got the time of the race here out there to the right. So now I can scrub through and be like, okay, this is how much time we've done and how much time we have left. So we're only on lap 2 right here. We're all bunched up together, and there we go, another attack at the front here. And I'm not gonna respond to this one. I'm gonna let some of the other guys out here respond to that and just kind of fall in. Kind of boxed in at this point, but you can see the uplift of the rest of the peloton here. And so when that attack went right there, the rest of the peloton responded. So yeah, I'm gonna let them respond and kind of chill in the back here, and you know, catch my breath a little bit from the last one. You can see the camera is a little bit more vibrant and sharp. It's because I ended up getting a new camera. So I switched my old GoPro, the Hero 9, to the back because I was having problems with the Hero Session 5 for the back camera. You guys, if you watch some of my other videos, you know, like, it's kind of iffy if I even get footage or not sometimes, or if it worked. A lot of times it would work and I wouldn't know, because it wouldn't show me any files or anything like that. And then I would be surprised at finding stuff on the computer later on. And then there was times where, you know, the battery would run out for no apparent reason, you know, and I'd have an extended battery hooked onto it. So it was just iffy. So ended up putting the GoPro 9 on the back, and I actually got this new DJI Action 4 camera I put on the front, and it seems like the resolution and everything is sharper and more vibrant. So it's looking good to me so far. You guys let me know what you think of the Action 4 camera in the front there. Anyway, I've kind of fallen to the back here for some reason. Don't know what I'm doing back here, but I am. It seems like I'm pretty much just chilling. Like we're moving pretty well, almost 30 miles an hour on the back there. No panic at this point in the race. Just definitely don't want, you know, gaps like that to open up, because then I have to close things down. But we were moving fairly well there. There was, not that I remember, any like surginess back there. I think we were just moving pretty smoothly on this one. So but yeah, definitely don't want those little gaps like that to open up, so that I have to close things down on my own, especially from the back there. But I felt like I took this turn pretty well, even though I went a little bit wider sometimes on that one. And then, yeah, just not feeling comfortable in the back because of what just happened, like opening those small gaps like that. So making up those spots right there when I can, and trying to stay in the race at this point. All All right, so lap 7, fast forward just a little bit here. Sitting in the back for a while, just chilling on the back. Nothing really has gone on, no attacks or anything like that. But here I go trying to make up some distance here in the back, making sure that I'm staying with the front part of the group here. Don't want to get caught too far in the back there. That gap opened up just slightly, but nothing too big here. And you can see I'm sitting in my zone 2, chilling about mid-pack or so, looking for any moves that go on up front still, but not necessarily a bad position back here or anything like that. I can still see what goes on, and I think I can still react from this point. But yeah, like I said, in the 180 here, you definitely want to stay closer to the front just in case. And there we go. We got a couple guys trying to make a move out front, but nothing too crazy. They're not moving too far ahead of the group, so not really worried about it too much. Basically, have been chilling, just kind of watching what's going on at the front, chilling as much as I can, and yeah, just keeping it going here. I had to go a little bit wider than I wanted to on this turn. Some guys took the turn wide, and I was stuck out wide, so a little bit wider than I wanted to, but that's all right. I fell right back into the rest of the group here and going back around. 8 laps in, and yeah, so we're only about 14 and a half minutes into this thing, still chilling. And here we go, a lap later, we finally have a little bit of a break in the peloton here. So you can see making up a lot of distance coming out of that 180, and you can see we've got how many, 6, 7 guys out there, I think, if I counted right, out there out front. So that could be threatening, especially at this point in the race. Could be something, so definitely had to close that one down, and from a very far distance. But you can see I'm not really putting down a ton of wattage, so had good momentum coming out of there, and I was able to catch back up to this group fairly easily, and yeah, still kind of sitting in that zone 2 range, so didn't really have to burn too much of a match at that point. But you can see, so I did all that work to get up there, if you call that work, in zone 2, and then you can see like the rest of the peloton back there, they're closing in as well. So they lifted up and are closing it down. So maybe I didn't have to burn that little bit of a match there or anything, but you just never know. And when I can see some of the stronger guys in a group like that out front, I definitely want to be in that group, and I definitely don't want it to get away. So gotta stay focused on those marks in this race. Here we go, almost 20 minutes into this race, so we're a little under 20 minutes. Still just chilling at this point, but I'm going to take a drink here. We've got a little bit of a slowdown, and there goes my water bottle. So my one and only water bottle is gone for the rest of the race at this point. Yeah, trying to put it back in, and lapse in judgment there and slipped out. Now, one thing that I'm surprised with in this race is, the fact that Nashville Local, they have several guys in this race like they normally do, but they weren't really trying to attack the rest of the peloton the way, I'm used to, kind of. We got a little gap opening here, and, not too much of a gap, so just closing that down pretty quickly, pretty easily. But like I was saying, like the Nashville Local team, from what I remember last year, so they brought like 12 to 15 guys a lot of weeks, and they were just constantly attacking or pushing the group to either get into a breakaway or just trying to tire us out last year. So I remember that. But this year with the exception of maybe the first couple weeks that I was out here with the breakaway stuff that went on, and I think that was more because there were some other teams involved in that, mainly the Mustangs, but yeah, they just really haven't been pushing the rest of the peloton as much as they were in the past. And I don't know if that's just because they've got, you know, somewhat newer guys or younger guys at the moment, and they're just not used to doing that, or what. But yeah, that's just kind of what I'm used to in these races is Nashville kind of controlling what's going on in the races, and you know, trying to get a man out in the breakaway and making everybody else kind of lift up to them. So yeah, I'm just not used to not having those constant attacks from somebody in Nashville local at the moment, but maybe it's coming. Maybe I spoke too soon, and it's going to be happening more in the coming weeks. But nothing crazy has happened. We're lap 14, 25 minutes into this race, so we're over halfway through. Still got a long way to go, but it seems like most of the group is all together at this point. And like I said, I've been chilling. You can see my wattage is nowhere. I mean, we're going 23 miles an hour as well, so we're not moving all that crazy either. So, and from what I remember, I don't remember it being too surgy like it has in some weeks. I felt like overall we were pretty smooth. I guess there was a few surges and stuff like that, but yeah, it felt pretty good this day. All right, so we're 6 laps to go left, and so the speed has elevated a bit. And here I'm trying to catch up to Derek, who's just a couple bike lengths in front right there. And I want to talk to him about possibly going through a breakaway here, but I am chilling, so I'm letting my heart rate kind of come back down. But I do want to take this thing, so I want to see if we can work together to break this thing down and break away here. But yeah, I didn't get quite close enough there to talk to him after, you know, kind of recovering a little bit there. But I am thinking about, like, hey, let's do this thing. So yeah, I think we're going into 5 laps to go right here. And yeah, I'm like ready. I'm feeling good. I didn't warm up, so I probably got a little bit extra leg in me at this point in the race. So I just want to test it. I want to test out the rest of the peloton. Let's see if we can get a breakaway going here. So he's just right up there. I skipped forward just a little bit, but he's just right up there, and I'm trying to maneuver my way to get up there. And be like, hey man, we got like 4 laps. Let's do this thing here. But you know, I'm kind of caught behind a few guys. Kind of chilled a little bit on that lap there, just trying to rest up. And then shoot, there he goes. He slipped on something there. He said his wheel like kind of slipped out from under him going around that turn there. And so that went my plan of trying to break away here. So now I am my goal is just to get in position. So we're 4 laps left. So I just want to make sure I get into a good position to where I can make it up for a good sprint at this point. So right now I'm sitting kind of towards the back. I did have to go around Derek and kind of make my way back up into the field a little bit here. So you can see, you know, guys are resting a little bit. Just need to move up and fit in a little bit better here. But yeah, so the last 4 laps, instead of doing this breakaway now that I wanted to do, thinking about, yeah, just positioning myself for a sprint. Because at this point in the race, like, it would be, I think it would be very tough for like somebody from Nashville local to get away, because I think the rest of the peloton would not let them at this point in the race. So they usually do those a little bit earlier and you know, by surprise, and then that's when they break away with their teammates, and then their teammates hold the rest of the peloton back. But I think at this point in the race, like there's no way they're holding us back. Everybody's ready to pounce and move on this one. So 3 laps to go. No Derek. That sucks because you know, he's another strong rider, but I need to make my way up to the front and in the top like 10 wheels or something like that. And so here I go making that move. This is a good place for me to move up. Got a lot of momentum coming out of that 180 and a lot of strength. So here we go, moving on up to good position here. Made my way to the front. You can see there's a few guys out there, maybe 2-3 seconds, 4 seconds maybe out front there. So definitely got to close that down, but I think we're moving kind of well. I say that and I look over at the speed and I'm like, but yeah, here we go. Now we're moving a little bit better, and so I've got to hold this position, you know, behind these guys. Good position for me to go in and sprint from, but we also need to catch those 3 out there out front as well. So coming into 2 laps to go after this one here. So chilling on the back, chilling in the middle. Couple times I think I got out front a little bit. It was very, very brief, but yeah, overall I think pretty efficient in this race. And here we go. This is where you don't need to be all that efficient. You need to bear down and keep your position. I can't let what happened, I guess, you know, a few weeks ago in the other race, I can't let that little shuffle on the last couple laps that happened and shuffle me, you know, backwards so that I lose my position. I gotta stay in good position for a good sprint here. And you can see you've got some guys falling back here. And I think, yeah, we're getting ready to catch up to the 3 that were out front there. Yeah, got to use my man Sean right here. Sean and I have been working together for the last, I don't know how many races. It's been he helped me at Sunny King get back into it, and then yeah, there's a few times that he's put some work in there for me and let me draft behind his wheel there. But yeah, so we're all together now. I think I'm in pretty good position. We're probably sitting like between 8 to 10 wheel, somewhere in there, I think. It's hard for me to tell how many wheels are in front of me at the moment. But I think I'm sitting in pretty good position at this point. So we're going into this last lap. Don't want to lose more places, so we got guys swarming from the outside here, so can't let that happen. Definitely got to get back to where I was here. And this is always tough because, you know, you kind of got to fall in line at this point in the race, but still sitting good. I know that coming out of this, I can, you know, sprint, or not sprint, but put a good power number up and get up behind some guys pretty quickly. So, and that's what I did here. So I'm passing up Sean there. So now, yeah, sitting in good position. We've got a flyer out front, and that is a junior racer. He is apparently, I talked to him afterwards. This is his first 3-4 race. So he's doing a really good job of getting out there, and you can see this thing starting to open up. People are moving really well. Got to follow these strong wheels. Here's one on the outside. This is another Nashville local cycling guy. Good wheel to follow here. So I'm sitting in good position. So I'm sitting about 4th, 5th wheel here. and I got to move up here. So I'm taking this outside line, even though it's a clean line, but it's not super fast. But I go a little bit into that those concrete bumps there, but I do get a good line out of it, and I'm moving up pretty quickly. So I'm sitting in this fourth wheel right here, coming into the last turn. Can I get a good sprint going? Over 1500 watts, putting in a good sprint. Boom, right there on the line. So second overall in the race, and first overall in the Cat 3s. So I did take first place in this one. Whew, finally, after I think it's been like 2 years since I won last in Nashville. And that was a big sprint for me. I couldn't even stop at this point. Like I was huffing and puffing out of that sprint and almost taking a backward lap here. But it feels good to be on the top step again. Definitely like the feeling of being up there, and definitely need to keep doing this. Pretty good efficiency in this race. And yeah, just got to follow that prescription each time that I do a race like this. But gonna take a week off from racing and do wedding festivities. My sister is getting married, so got to do that. But yeah, and then I'll get back to racing. I think I've got a Nashville local, and then Carter County, and then there's a local unsanctioned race that I'm gonna do. But gonna be racing a lot here in the next couple weeks, so I can't wait for all that. And of course, I will record it and put it up here for you guys to see, so can't wait for that. But anyway, if you like the video, please like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you know when I post videos. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.